Today is the 22nd day already of January 2021. And in my quiet space here in Abaco, away from all the other ills of after a hurricane has passed and the government has forgotten you, you could see more clearly because everything is being leveled. You could think more clearly if you have a place of comfort, like most of us don't have. And watching the television and the newspaper today, and I saw a man that had a lot of power in Nassau, Peter Nygard. First time I've heard the name Peter Nygard. Here in Abaco, we don't know much about much. We're focused on small things. I went into Nassau in the private area and I saw this huge jet. I still don't know what type of jet it was. I said, wow, who owns that jet? That is a beautiful airplane and it's huge. Say, Mr. Nygard. My question is, who the hell is Mr. Nygard? And then I start to hear more and more about him. And today, I heard that he's in Canada. And they don't trust him to give him bail. All that he lost the most important thing, is his freedom. Many times in Nassau, he was supposed to show up to court, but he was so big and had so many politicians in his pocket that he didn't need to show up to this court, disrespecting our highest courts. We have such a man for the last 13, 14 years that has been doing the same thing in Abaco. He has been disrespecting, brutalizing, incriminating so many government agencies that it's unbelievable. When you see a Bahamian, a black Bahamian that came out of the Prime Minister's office and disrespect all Bahamians by going on radio, television, and say Bahamians is not capable of doing quality work in the Bahamas, and Bahamians is some of the laziest people that he knows. I'll never forget that. And if there was an investigation into the life of Livingston, Dr. Livingston Marshall, on the stuff that he did and the government agencies that he has corrupted since coming out of the Prime Minister's office and waking the Baker's Bay. This guy is a real shine. Disrespect every Bahamian. But once you have that white pigmentation, he bows. A real slave. He bows when he see the people of Baker's Bay. He's supposed to be a partner, you know. But to the guests, he bows. To us, you imagine that Bahamians in Abaco, if you're lucky enough to afford to send your kids away to college, and they come back with the same degree that the people of different pigmentation have, and you can't get the job. And I'm driving, I do my investigation as I go, and I'm asking the bosses of these people. They said, oh, The Bahamians are smart. They could do the job, but they don't deserve the perks that come along with the job. We don't deserve the perks in the Bahamas on a job that's created here in Abaco. Because people like Dr. Livingston Marshall, he goes to immigration, and here they are working. The talk in the town in Abaco now, and I've seen it, the NGOs, the people that came here to help us because the F&M government has refused to help Abaco, majority of them has left their position of help and they are now working in Bakers Bay. How could that happen? How could Bakers Bay employ the people that came here to work to get us back to some sense of normalcy? I want to ask the Director of Immigration, Clarence Russell, how did these people obtain a work permit? Last Saturday, I did a video of Bahamas Air Jet coming in with about 200 Mexicans. Boy, you know what it means, so proud as a black Bahamian. Forget black, Bahamian, period. If I would have seen Bahamians, if Dr. Marshall cared enough to have a job fair in Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, Exuma, Long Island, Grand Bahama, to find out if there's qualified Bahamians to do these jobs so that the money could stay in this country to help to pay our national debt. But Dr. Marshall, like a real Negro, he went outside the country, flew these guys, 200 Mexicans, all the way to Abaco, and he made sure that they have proper housing condition, 3 meals, came in on jet. Boy, Kai would have loved to see the brothers come off that jet. The bus go around onto the tarmac and pick them up like they're the president. The prime minister of the country walks through and from the security, but the bus went on the tarmac right in the back of immigration. Pick them up on the tarmac in a restricted area, take them to the boat, as you saw in my video, and put them as close to the door as they possibly could drive. I believe if they could drive that bus onto the boat, they would have done so. But I started on Peter Nygard. And there's such man here in the Bahamas that treating the blacks like slaves. Dr. Livingston Marshall, if there were an investigation onto the stuff that he has done illegally for Bakers Bay, he has never asked, what can he do for Bahamians? Dr. Livingston Marshall has never asked, what can I do to make the Bahamas better? He is solely sold on trying to make Bakers Bay a place that breaks all the rules because he is an owner. But a brave man said a long time ago, ask not what your country can do for you, Dr. Livingston Marshall, but what have you done for Bahamians, Dr. Livingston Marshall? Since the hurricane, you have done more for Mexicans. This is about the third pilgrimage of Mexicans that Dr. Livingston Marshall has fast-tracked. Even COVID-19 going on, they didn't have a COVID-19 test. I don't know now if these ones has gotten a COVID-19 test. When the newly elected President of the United States said that anybody that come into the United States has to quarantine for 10 days. These 200 Mexicans that came in last Saturday, the question is, were they quarantined? Did they have their COVID-19 tests? Why does Bakers Bay want to employ more Mexicans than Bahamians? That is the question for Dr. Livingston Marshall. And boy, I hope that somebody do an investigation on him very soon. My mother said, Kai, they could do wrong as much as they like, but they cannot do wrong as long as they like. My question to the Bahamian government, how long is Dr. Livingston Marshall going to bring down this Bahamas government and its people that he prefer to go to Mexico and bring in hundreds of Mexicans while Bahamians can't even find a job nor a place to live. But the Mexicans have everything in a saucer handed to them by a black Bahamian that has the power to employ black unemployed Bahamians, but he could bring flights after flights. Hundreds of Mexicans have gotten a paycheck when Bahamians haven't seen a paycheck in over a year. This can't be right. This can't be the Bahamian spirit. This can't be the land that Pinland said that the Bahamians are not willing to fight for the land that they will lose. We are not fighting. That is why we're losing it to the Mexicans and people like Livingston Marshall, Doctor. It's one of these Kai Cares sad videos to see that nobody is cared to employ Abaconians, 200 at a time. Kai Cares, that's why he's here.